Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Grim Wolf Gaming. We're going to be doing something a little bit different today. I'm going to be doing a couple unboxings and talking about a couple new games I got in the mail recently. Christmas gifts, if you will, to myself. Well, then again, that's nothing new. I'm going to start here with a little backstory. So, Numbskull Games had some rare off the wall releases over the last few years, and Leviathan wants to talk about it now. He loves my pajamas, and he loves gaming, so he wants to be involved in the videos now. But yeah, we're gonna talk about a couple games here before I unbox. And happy holidays to everyone if you celebrate that kind of thing. To me, it's, just time off work and more time for gaming and horror movies and other crap I'm into. So, I appreciate the little respite, the little break. Don't we all? Gonna have some eggnog later too. Just thought about that. But what do you say we get started, Levi? Yeah, let's go. All right, so Numbskull Games. I've had a couple games from them. I'm going to show you a little compilation I got recently. All the way from Germany. This shit had to be shipped via Amazon from Germany. It's a PEGI game. If you don't know, that's an international European game that was not pressed in North America. Because, nothing's changed. Some things have never changed from the 90s. We still get exclusives overseas in the Asian market as well as the European market that are not pressed here, and this is no exception. This is a great example. So there's 3 games we're going to discuss from Numbskull Games today. One of them is Final Vendetta, which I have just the basic standard copy of somewhere over there in my hundreds of Switch games collection, which I'm not going to sift through right now because I'm not taking time out of my day for that. I just got a couple things where I knew where they were off the shelf, and I'm going to show you that, and then it's Lou. So, Final Vendetta, cool beat 'em up game, came out a couple years back. I did beat it with my buddy this year, and I don't remember it being too difficult. Pretty good, standard beat 'em up game. Stereotypical characters, stereotypical enemies. Nothing special, and it's okay. It's not too bad. I would play it again. I would definitely play through it. It was a fun game overall. But I mean, it's not like completely original or anything. It's pretty standard fare for your beat 'em up games. But I always appreciate a good new beat 'em up game. Those don't get old to me. So Final Vendetta is one of them. And then we have Battle Axe Badge Edition, which is on the Nintendo Switch. I also have it on the PS5. This came with like some badge and stickers. 6 metal collectible badges. 3 Mighty Heroes, solo or co-op. I beat this game solo. On the PS5 version, you can increase your number of lives. I don't think you can do it on the Switch version here. So I never did beat it on Switch. I ended up beating it, the standard edition, on PS5, which is somewhere over there on the shelf. But yeah, this one comes with extras, metal collectible badges, and some stickers, and I'm not really going to open it up. But yeah, I keep the cellophane seal on it to preserve it, I'm big on preservation. So yeah, good game. Definitely worth picking up. Very difficult. Good luck getting through it with only 3 or 4 lives. I had to up the ante to 9 lives, and still I had to use continues, and it was very challenging. But I did beat it once or twice. That last level is so fucking difficult. There's difficulty spikes, After the first level is a piece of fucking cake. Once you get accustomed to it, level 2 is not too bad, and then it starts to amp up in difficulty from there, if I recall correctly. But yeah, good game. Gauntlet, somewhat of a pseudo Gauntlet clone, which is not an insult. To me, that's a compliment. I fucking love Gauntlet. The old games on NES, Gauntlet Dark Legacy is one of my favorite games of all time. I love that game. It's great for couch co-op. Something we don't get anymore these days. Very rarely do we get something like couch co-op, especially for a Gauntlet style game. Gauntlet Legends was great on the Dreamcast, and I got to beat the N64 version too, but this is about this game. One of the flaws of this game that's inherent and stands out from memory is you can't see off screen. Enemies come off screen and attack you very quickly, so you always got to be on your toes with this game. But overall, very good game. Definitely worth checking out. You can download it online for probably like 15 bucks, you know, if you don't want to get it physically. I'm sure it's still relatively cheap. Probably 60 bucks or something. That's about what I paid for it. Maybe it was 50, I think, or 40. I think it was a little lower than the standard 60, which is pretty good for a limited edition like that. But yeah, highly recommended. Better than the other game, Final Vendetta. Battle Axe is great. Great Diablo action RPG gauntlet style game. Highly recommended. The next game is an old school style twin stick shooter in the vein of oh man, what's it called? The Super Nintendo game. But yeah, it's like Robotron 2084, games of that ilk. I don't know why I can't think of the Super Nintendo game. I grew up playing that shit. But yeah, twin stick shooter. The game show game. What the hell is it called? I'll think about it later. I don't edit these videos, so yeah. Xenocrisis, and this came out on strictly limited games. And this is the PS4 version, unfortunately. Back then, I didn't know that, you know, Switch was the really collectible version. This was like 2018, 2019 when it came out, when I got it. Sold out very quickly. It goes for $300 plus on eBay. Ridiculous prices. But this is Xenocrisis, the PS4 version. A big box, comes with a bunch of shit. You could actually... Oh, that's one of the bosses. That's like the first level boss, I think. But yeah, I think these guys are based in Germany, strictly limited games. Let's see what we got here. That's cool. Might as well show you a little bit. This one's a lot better than the other limited edition. Well, obviously this is the collector's edition, and it opens from the side, kind of like a book. Oh man, yeah, this has got a bunch of shit with it. Yeah, there's a couple Super Nintendo game, good twin stick shooters. Total Carnage was one of them. I got that for 40 bucks back in the day from Game Over Games. There's a cool little patch. It says Xenocrisis Meatheads, and it's got like an alien in the background, a xenomorph. Yeah, there's xenomorphs and a lot of alien references in this game. It's pretty badass. Still sealed, obviously. I'm never going to open this. The soundtrack. How cool is that? Got a track list on the back. Postcard. Yeah, they do this shit. The postcards with the back, and I would never use that. Some awesome stickers. That's pretty cool. Put that on your lunchbox when you go to school, I guess. What are you gonna do? Put decals on your car and get them ruined? And I took the game out. Obviously, it's somewhere on the shelf, and it's in a sealed protector, box protector, I'm pretty sure. This is badass. It's a poster. I'm gonna have to hang this someday. Okay, what's on the back? Yeah, it's got the two covers. This one, pretty big poster. And, you know, the original cover, which is on the front. Let's see. Trying to put everything back the way it was. I like keeping things in order. And the sides of the physical game, there is a cool little art book. Bitmap Bureau. There you go. Bitmap Bureau. And You know, pretty good art, pixelated sprites, stuff like that, with some text. Oh yeah, some in-game art, pretty badass. That's cool. It's got a bunch of, it's got like your weapons, some of the armor that you, or the weapons that you use, firearms. And then it's got some of the character sprites. That is really cool. You don't see that every day. And then some of the enemies and, you know, one of the bosses. Really cool stuff. But yeah, it's 30, 40 pages. There's quite a few pages on here. But this is, like I said, this is going to cost you an arm and a leg. So unless you really like the game, don't get this. Just get the standard edition or download it for like 20 bucks on the eShop. I do have it downloaded digitally on, of course, the Switch. Everything, I recommend everything you get on the Switch digitally, because you get a 1 terabyte card. You can put hundreds and hundreds of games on there, unlike the PS4 and Xbox. Oh, the Xbox is worse for digital storage with their shitty Seagate proprietary memory card that way overpriced. Get digital games on the Switch if you're going to get games. Pass over the Steam Deck. That's for noobs. Noob digital gaming. Get a Steam Deck. Hey, how do you like that? Never bit my tongue on this channel, and I never will. But yeah, that Super Nintendo game, it eludes me. I cannot for the life of me think of what it is, even though I've played it a million hours. But yeah, it's a twin stick shooter, game show game. Big money, big prizes. I love it, you know, type shit. RoboCop reference there, I guess. But yeah, we're gonna open this, what I got from Germany. Hopefully it's not damaged, because it was not wrapped very well. But yeah, let's do this, shall we? Those games were a prelude to this unboxing, by the way. That's why I showed you that. I wanted this game, Xenocrisis. It's great. I only got to the 3rd or 4th level, though. Never beat it. I think there's like 7 levels. Definitely on the hit list to beat, for sure. Much easier 2-player co-op than single player, as you would imagine. But I wanted it on Switch. Even just the game standard, over $100. Not worth it. And then, a couple months back, I was searching eBay, and I came across this surprise. Surprises all over the internet, especially eBay, right? So, what is this? That is German. That's not even in English. Dear customer, thank you for your purchase. Yeah. Bitmap Bureau Collection Deluxe Edition with Xenocrisis, Battle Axe, and Final Vendetta. European. How sweet is that? This only cost me 80 bucks. I think it went down in price. Now it's 60 on Amazon. So get this shit while you can, rather than the over $300 bullshit. Yeah, obviously this is on the Switch because it's the most collectible console out there. Definitely worth getting. It shows you screenshots of all 3 games on the back, 5 postcards, a soundtrack CD, a 52-page art book. I don't know if I'm going to open this or not. You know, I do sealed collect as well, and I don't know if I'm going to open this. Probably not. You know, it's going to retain its value over the years. Items not to scale. Oh yeah? No fucking shit. I thought they were this small. But yeah, that's good shit. Bitmap Bureau Collection. You can get it on Amazon and maybe other places. I'm trying to not have the glare. Good shit, huh? Put it back. And then I was originally just going to show you guys this. This other thing came in the mail from Amazon. And I was not expecting it today. It was supposed to come a couple days now, and from now. So, you're in for an extra treat. This is bonus time. All right. I'll do the honors. No further ado. There's a few things in here, so I think you're gonna like this. There's a amalgamation of horror movies as well as a couple games. Yeah, let's get to it. We've got a Western Digital black SSD with a heatsink for the PS5 because you can't get this shit on Xbox. Like I said, you got to get a proprietary bullshit Seagate that goes for $200 to $300. I paid $130 for this shit, and it's got 2 terabytes, not one. You don't want to get the 1 terabyte. You want to get the 2 terabyte. But yeah, I'm gonna install this when I get back from vacation. I'm so sick of having to deal with only 650 or 700 or whatever the stupid number is storage that comes default with the PS5. Not nearly enough. Or maybe it was 800. But yeah, it's under a gig. It's bullshit. Yeah, Gen 4 up to 7,300 megabytes. Read and write. Yeah, works with desktop PC or PS5. But yeah, it comes with a heatsink. You got to get this with a heatsink, obviously. You don't want to have to get the extra heatsink and all that. I got a good deal on it. I think it was $130. It was like 50, 60 bucks off. It was 50 bucks off. Originally 180, I remember now, on Amazon. So that's a freaking deal. I want to do the movies first before the games. Ha! You guys might know one of these movies. And 2 of them you probably have no idea about. Yeah, I'm a big horror guy. And here goes nothing. I've gone back and collected some Star Wars movies. One of them came in today. I didn't care for episodes 1 and 2. I did like episodes 3, 4, 5, and 6 though. So first one to come is episode 3. Is it Revenge of the Sith? Yes, Revenge of the Sith. I remember I saw this in the movie theaters when it was brand new, like 2005, 2006, and it was all right. You know, I like Star Wars. I'm not like a hater or anything, but I'm not the biggest fan either. I think it's okay. Only watched it once. Maybe my mind will change after watching it a couple more times. I'm gonna watch it, you know, probably tonight. But yeah, PG-13. That's funny. You can watch it on iTunes. No, the fuck I'm not. I'm going to watch it physically on my Xbox Series X because I roll that way. But yeah, cool movie. I do remember liking it. I went on some date with a girl while I saw it, and I was half paying attention to the movie. Probably should have paid more attention to it, but hey, that's why we collect it physically, so we can watch it at any moment, right? Right. All right. Then we got a couple movies. We have Death Dream, which I've heard good things about, and I've seen the trailer for it. Obviously, this is the 4K Ultra HD version. This is from Blue Underground. It's supposed to be some psycho going around killing people. You know, the standard fare that I watch. Got a creepy guy, bloodthirsty, on the back. And, yeah, actually, I'll probably watch this tonight. The Star Wars is going to have to wait till tomorrow. Because, yeah, I like horror a little more than sci-fi. And then the final movie is Cemetery Man, which I've seen and burned back in the day from Netflix, if you remember that. Michelle Sovey film. That name doesn't ring a bell. But yeah, this is 4K. I try to get 4K if possible. You know, some of these movies are so obscure. They only have them on Blu-ray or even DVD only, which, oh man, that sucks. But hey, it's always better physically, right? Cemetery Man. This movie kicked ass. I remember really liking it. I watched it a couple times. Can't really see it that well. But yeah, this guy kind of looks like Bruce Campbell. It's kind of funny, but it's not. That can't be Bruce Campbell. The text is so small in the back, it's hard to freaking read it. Um, Obviously, this is going to be rated R. Closed captioning, 1993. So, right when horror was starting to, fade a little as far as quality, the mid to early 90s. And you have the goy slop of today. But that's neither here nor there. I might watch this tonight, actually. I'm probably going to watch this or Death Dream. I'll probably flip a coin, to be honest. Those are the movies. Now it's time for a couple games. There's not that many. There's just a couple. If you know me at all, you can probably guess what they are. We've got the Metal Gear Solid collection that came out a year ago that had horrendous graphics. I believe, was it the European ports, that 50 megahertz? It was. They were, of course, they were emulated games, and it's just poor versions, poor ports, And this has Metal Gear Solid. They did do a patch and fix the problems with the graphics and the performance, so that's good to know. Picked it up for like 18, 20 bucks on Black Friday. These are Black Friday purchases. It took a freaking month to get here. Yeah, I'm not very happy about that, but at least I got it before I go out of town. Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, and Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. You probably know this game already. I mean, if you know anything about gaming, you know about this collection. The Master Collection, the original Stealth Action series returns, so I definitely want to play the HD versions of this. Have all the physical original versions. I even have, I think it's called Twin Snakes, the GameCube port of the first game, Metal Gear Solid. So that's supposed to be the best port. We'll see if this upped the ante or not, if it's competent. I'm definitely going to play through these HD versions, probably next year, hopefully. So looking forward to that. And, well, of course, I grew up playing these games. I've beaten them all, some of them several times. I recently went back and played the 5th iteration last year. Never beat it until last year. Or no, wait, was that this year? I think it was earlier this year. The years meld together sometimes. But yeah, I beat part 5. I'm not going to say what it is yet. I beat the 5th iteration of this game, I think a few months ago, like earlier this year. Good game. I do like part 4 and part 6 the most out of these 6 games. As would most fans. Most fans would concur with that. First game's good. Second game's laughable. Third game is pretty good. Need to beat the original NES port, which is obviously fan translated because the first 3 games only came out in Japan initially for decades, well over a decade, like a decade and a half before they were ported over here and with English text and translated. Yeah, those are the games, and I did get this game from Play Asia. What was it, like a year ago now? Quite a while ago now. Either several months or a year ago. I got it from Play Asia on the Nintendo Switch. Well, obviously it's the Asian version, but it does have, English speaking and subtitles, so it's kind of modified. I'm glad that they do things like that. We're not totally in the dark here. But yeah, it's the Asian version. These are the North American English versions. So I had to get this and have it digitally, have the originals. I have all the versions pretty much. And these are going to remain sealed. Like, these are collector's items, they're going to be valuable in the future, so they're going to remain sealed. Probably guessed it. Final Fantasy 1 through 6, the Pixel Remaster Collection in English. You got the little ESRB at the bottom. The real deal. I might open the PS4 version, maybe, but I've already got it digitally on Switch, like I said, plus the original versions. But yeah, must own. If you like old JRPGs in the slightest and you still haven't played all of these 6 games, do yourself a favor and pick this up. Absolutely must owns. Still can't think of that Super Nintendo game. It's kind of annoying me. I don't know why, dude. Like, out of sight, out of mind. But yeah, I beat it a few times. Love twin stick shooter games. Xenocrisis, Battle Axe, Final Fantasy 1 through 6 Pixel Remasters, Metal Gear Solid 1 through 3 HD Collection. All must-owns. These are all great games. Otherwise, I'm not going to show you shit, unless I'm in a funny mood and I just want to make fun of something. In general, I'm going to show you good stuff. I value your time as well as mine. You can rest assured on that. But yeah, subscribe if you haven't. Like the video. Share your comments. What are your thoughts on these movies and games? Have you played them all? Have you watched them all? What do you think? Pretty good gaps I filled in my collection, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm the kind of guy who sealed collects and, oh, I don't have this game. I don't have this movie in 4K. It's one of my favorite movies. I gotta buy it now. I only have it burned or on DVD. Yeah, I do that shit because, you only live once. So you gotta thrive once as well. Thanks for watching. And subscribe, like, comment, let's have a discussion going. And I will do unboxes in the future. I'll try to coordinate it. It's kind of tricky, like, because I don't want to just show you like one game. I like to show like a few games. Quick edit here at the end of the video. The game I was talking about, that's a twin stick shooter on the Super Nintendo, besides Total Carnage, is none other than Smash TV. I don't know why it escaped me for a few minutes, but I had to think about it. Smash TV, great game. Check it out if you haven't. Also, another one came to mind. Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol. Also cool twin stick style games. But in the same vein. Very hard games. Especially, mostly what is it? Ghoul Patrol and Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Those are hard games. The other two are alright. They're not too hard. Yeah, Smash TV. All 4 of those games are worth checking out if you haven't already. And we'll see you guys next time.